Hello everyone, this is my part 3 of my Minecraft OCD guide. Hopefully, turn the sound down a bit so you don't get deafened. Hopefully you've seen the part 1 and 2, and this is almost where I left off. I have slightly done a small amount extra since the previous episode. So you'll notice my house is slightly different, but I'll just talk you through exactly what I've done. So previously I left you with some of the wood foundation, a hole for the door, and I'd done a couple of layers of glass, and I had the 4 wooden corners, and it was a corner, and then it was 3 planks, and then another plank, and then a log, sorry, and then 3 planks and a log and 3 planks, and then another long post which is for the entire corner, for the whole corner of the house. Sorry, this is just a temporary thing I had put up. So I haven't exactly finished my house yet. I've just done a tiny bit more. You will also notice I put torches just around the edge, just so it's slightly illuminated, so at night it's more visible, so you can see everything. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly mine some logs so I can get some more wood, and that's being really annoying. And I just want this one. All I'm doing is just collecting wood, hopefully. These are spruce wood, if you didn't know. I always use spruce wood just because it looks the most interesting coloured. It looks nice in this texture pack anyway. In the standard Minecraft texture pack, I think it still looks one of the best, purely because the jungle wood, I think it's called, it's a bit too red. The standard wood, which is those kind of trees, and those, is a bit too grey, and the other tree is I think it's the birch tree, which isn't over there, but it's a white. It looks very pale, the wood, which I do actually use in many of my houses. I will hopefully in this one, but I'll wait and use it eventually. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start moving in here a bit. I'm just going to quickly make a little crafting table. Plop that in the middle, and put most of my wood in there, and hop up on here, and then I'm just going to hold shift and walk forwards, and then I can just right click in each of the spaces, and it just makes it a bit easier and make sure you don't misclick. I'm also just going to make a door and a pressure pad. So the door is the door, and the pressure pad, if you remember from one of my previous videos, you put on the floor just inside your house, and never outside, because then mobs can walk straight in your house, which is obviously a bit annoying. So you have it on the inside, and then it automatically closes your door for you, like so. I'm also just going to put some torches inside, just because I can. I always have my torches evenly spaced, purely just because part of the OCD kind of side. It doesn't help. I suppose it could evenly light your house, but that's not really the reason. I just like everything being even and neat. So a couple of things I've got different in this Minecraft loading. This is version 1.4.7, which is currently the newest. And if you look in the top right hand side of the screen, you'll notice I have a mini-map, which is part of Ray's mini-map. It's REI or RIE, I can't remember which. and that's a really good mod, and it just enables you to be able to like navigate slightly better. Plus you can add waypoints. I think if you press the comma, it brings up this and you can add a waypoint, which is very useful, as I'll show you. I recommend getting this mod just because it helps you in several ways. So I can type in home, change the colour to green because I like green, make it a nice shade, go OK. This then adds a waypoint which you will be able to see on the map, as you can see, and it'll also add a physical waypoint, so when I'm looking around I can see my house is in that direction. Plant some saplings again. Just ignore that, I don't need to chop down the trees at the moment. Okay, so that's one of the things I've done, or one of the mods I have, sorry. Another one is Convenient Inventory, I think it's called, or Inventory Tweaks. I think it's Convenient Inventory. Hang on. I don't know, look them both up. They're both very similar. Inventory Tweaks or Convenient Inventory. I think it's Inventory Tweaks. And basically this allows you to click R, the R button for Romeo, and this will automatically sort your inventory. So I can shove everything in there, click R, and it just puts everything in, I think, order of number, so like block ID, which is obviously very useful just because you can see what there is and it just sorts it out neatly. So instead of everything being randomly all over the place, it's more like where you it's just easier to find things instead of only finding half a stack of wood. If I had that wood all over the place, I would all have it in the same place. It's just very handy, quick tool, and it's not really difficult to get used to. You can also middle click. If I change everything, middle click reshuffles everything. You can also, if you have a chest, sorry, you can sort in several ways. You can do default, which is like A to Z. I think it uses the block IDs. You can do vertical sorting, which if there was enough, shove everything in here, I'll show you. You can do A to Z, vertical sorting, which sorts things downwards, so if there was several stacks of bread or several stacks of wood, it would all be there in the right space. And you can do the same but horizontally, and then you can bring up the menu for that mod. But I always just usually sort things alphabetically. It just makes the most sense to me. Okay, so at the moment I just want I suppose I'll have the furnaces. So this is one thing I do, which the only reason I do this is because I like symmetry. There is no other reason to do this. There really isn't. It's just me being very OCD. All I'm going to do is basically there you go. Make loads of chests. You never know when you need them. I basically have a symmetrical layout. It's very pointless, but for me it makes sense. I will also name all these chests, so I have a blocks chest, which I put all the blocks in, so sand and dirt and cobble. Eventually I might sort them further. But for the moment I think I will be okay. So I'm going to quickly hop up onto the roof, and I'm going to try and see if I can finish off the next floor. So what I always try and do, just because it looks nicest, is have the height of my building, I'll just jump down just to show you. Instead of having it 2, yes, it would work if you have 2, but you can't jump. If you have 3, it is big enough, but it still looks a bit claustrophobic. If you have 4 blocks high, so 1, 2, 3, 4, then the next floor, it just looks so much neater, and not neater, but it just looks more realistic. In a real house, for most people, the ceiling is quite a lot more than head height, and it just makes a bit more sense if you do that. In Minecraft, it just looks more realistic to me. Some people might disagree. So something you'll notice I'm doing here is I'm holding shift so I can walk off the end of the block, and holding back, and then I kind of place the blocks, and then move right, place the blocks. Now I can't. Oh no, I can. Oh, wood's going back. Need to quickly get this wood because it's night time. I'm just going to quickly try and finish off this. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Let's see if that's enough. It probably won't be. No, it won't be. But I'll use it anyway. So yeah, I'm holding down the shift, and then pressing backwards and right, and waiting, and then right clicking twice, and it just prevents misclicking, and in some ways speeds it up. Some people might be able to do it quicker. To me, this is how I find it easiest. Actually, I want to go and get 1, 2, 3 blocks of iron, 2 blocks of that. Something else I just did then, which is part of the mod. I think it's inventory tweaks. I actually can't remember what it's called. Although, just for the sake of this video, it is inventory tweaks. As you can see there, it's this mod, which you can download. Full screen. I hope you can see that. I don't know whether it works. I don't know whether that will have shown up for you. Hopefully it will. But yeah, in inventory tweaks, if you hold down shift, you can shift click. No, sorry. I've actually forgotten. I'm just going to go back and remember it. I forgot the exact process of how you do it. I don't like these trees. They're really tall. And then they do that. They're cool. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I'll go to a chest, and you hold down left control is what I have allocated. I think you can customize all the controls, but for me it's left control. So if I want to have 3 pork chops, I hold down left control and click the stack of pork chops, and it sends 3 into my inventory, which is really quite convenient. So that's one convenient way of doing things. I really just want to finish my roof, purely because it makes it safe. Have I got any bones? I have. Good. Okay, so I'm just going to go and use my bone meal to go and make these trees grow, which should give me enough wood to finish my house. Well, finish the first section of my house. The good thing about my house is that if you need to, I don't always, if you need to, you can add in lots of stories to make it bigger, as big as you need. And it does actually look good, because some houses look a bit silly if you make them too tall. But having a large, flat, not odd-shaped building, mine's a complete square, it looks a lot more natural. If it's like a high-rise building. So I'm just gonna, yes, I have got enough, that's good. Enough for the edges as well. So I'm going to hold down shift, this is my tip I mentioned earlier, and just do that. It seems quite slow, but it just prevents misclicking. If you have a fast computer, you can actually do that, which is just walk forwards, right click as fast as you can whilst looking down, but sometimes you'll end up misclicking or doing that and running out of wood. Okay, so I have now finished my completely square house. Don't worry about it looking weird. It will look weird for a small amount of time. Just until leaves. Leaves. It will look a bit odd until I put either a second floor or just finish it and put a roof on the top. I have actually noticed something different. I usually would put logs here, so I'll just go and do that. This is again one of those pointless things, but this is an OCD guide. If you're watching this, you must have some reason. It's just how I roll. I always make things look neat, and part of that is making sure everything is equal, so I won't have any blocks on one side that aren't on the other. It makes me sound very weird when I say that, but it makes sense in my brain. A small particle of brain lodged in my skull. Which I do believe is a quote from something famous. So I'll just mention this as well. I have got a series, well not a series, a video I've made which has a small, like a list with all the games that I'm willing to make videos on. If you could take a little bit of time and just watch that, I'll put a link up here hopefully, so you should see it. If you can watch that, it would be good, just because I love making videos. It's kind of, oh that's annoying. It's quite enjoyable, really enjoyable. I like feedback when people say thanks, really good video. It's really nice just knowing that people appreciate it, because it's nice making them, but if no one watches it and tells you it's worth watching, you don't feel as motivated to do it. So yeah, basically if you see any of the games that I've said that I'm happy to play and want to see them, message me, or not message, well you can, feel free to message me, or just comment, it's probably the easiest thing, and say I would like you to play whatever, because I like making videos, and because I play games anyway, it doesn't make any difference to me whether I film it or not, just slightly more interesting I suppose, it's fun and nice. So this is me making my house look pretty. This is slightly pointless, it doesn't add anything to the game apart from making it look nice, which to me makes quite a big difference, because if your house just was all made out of the same type of wood, it would just look a bit plain and a bit boring. So this just adds in a bit more interest and variance to the whole house, which is quite a good thing really. There's nothing bad about making everything look nice. It's not like I'm making it difficult by making it nice, I'm just adding to the visuals of the game, which I admire visuals, although in some ways I prefer audio more than visuals. When I'm watching films, I always prefer a film and listening to a film with really good quality sound, as opposed to a film that's rubbish sound but really good quality. Like HD. HD is only worth watching if it's got good sound. If you've ever... well, my computer's set up. I have made a video but I haven't uploaded it. I have my desktop screen and amplifier under my screen. 2 speakers which are Celestion DL6 Series 2 speakers, which are quite old classic ones, but they're amazing. They're quite huge. And they're just sitting on my desk, which is quite amazing sound. And I have also 2 smaller satellite speakers which are just to my either side. I really do like good sound. It makes everything better. More like it draws you into the game or film more, I think. If everything sounds good. Anyway, this video is almost finished, I think. So I've finished this floor now. So before I put all the torches around the edge, I put 2 layers of glass, although I may raise that one more depending on how I feel, purely because I could add some glass along there, but it doesn't necessarily matter if I do. I could, but I don't need to. I've started moving in because now I've made a house that's completely sealed and lit up. I can actually start living there. So I put my stuff in that chest. All I'll do now is pop back to my other house and my old house, hole, whatever it is, and take some things out like torches and cover the hole up, and I'm done. So hopefully this has been interesting or enjoyable or everything. If so, like it. If you want to see the rest of the series, subscribe so you can see all my other videos. And if you really liked it, favourite it. And if you have any questions or suggestions, or if you watch that video, which will be nice, with all the games I would like to play, or would like to film, sorry, please comment on that and let me know what you'd like to see, because I really love making videos and it's nice when I make them and people want to see them. So let me know if there's anything you want me to play from that list or not. If you got anything you think, oh, try this game, I might try it. If I think it's worth it, then I can try playing it. Anyway, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.